Daniel.
Hey, what?
I let go. That's a throwback. Did you even see those movies?
No.
Austin Powers.
No.
Goldmember.
No, I saw them, but I don't remember them all enough.
Go.
I saw the first one.
It's just so old.
Is it old now?
Oh, come on.
Because all I can think of is that random commercial of the Cave Creek whiskey where the dude's cutting into the...
How old do you think the movie is?
I think it came out after I graduated high school. So I'm going to say 98.
98, you say? Okay, Austin Powers Goldmember, 2002.
Whoa, I predated it.
Okay.
All
right, this is 16 years, 17.
That's not that old.
Yeah.
All right, well, this is a gift.
The movie is almost an adult.
This gold bar is from Matthew Zitrick.
This is metal, too. It's real gold.
Yeah.
Matthew Zitrick, you magnificent bastard. Fight. So there's more money in the packaging of this thing. It's got a really cool fancy coin right here.
Mm-hmm.
There's more money in the packaging
than in the bottle. I guarantee there is. So this is a California company.
Right.
And how do you open this thing?
It's 80 proof.
Oh.
Oh, and then you got plastic here. Done.
Okay.
And then synthetic cork. Oh, it's a good sound.
Yep. This feels weird to pour. Okay.
Hey, it's even gold on the inside.
So, oh god, yeah, that dribbles down the side. There's no way to end the stream of whiskey cleanly.
You know, this immediately a flash of Jameson Irish whiskey.
Oh yeah. So this is a 88% corn, 9 rye, 2 barley. So it's almost entirely corn.
Yeah.
And then it's so it's sourced from Indiana and Kentucky. It's a California company.
Hold on. This smells like Jameson Irish whiskey.
It really does.
What's the
I think it's just because it's such high corn, and does it say? It should just say whiskey, blended whiskey, yeah. Which means they could be doing a
California cask.
They could be using light whiskey in the blend.
Okay.
Which light whiskey gives it that really high runoff coconutty note.
Coconut, and then also
so they could be blending bourbon with light whiskey.
Cake icing, vanilla
yeah,
cake
so
icing.
I'm betting there's light whiskey involved in this somewhere.
Okay, all right.
Now here's what's funny. They say that when they get it to California, they finish it by pouring it through 24 karat gold flake. But here's the thing. Gold is inert.
I know, but hold on. It's the idea, it's the premise. It's the same type of thing where you age your whiskey as you're just playing like
loud music. But that
right?
actually has an effect because it pushes it in and out of the barrels.
Dude,
but pouring it over an inert mineral.
I don't know. I would feel fancy. Now, how much of a premium I would pay to feel that fancy?
Yeah.
That's the question mark. It's like, this touched gold.
It does smell.
It
smells a lot like light whiskey and the coconut.
Very light.
Vanilla frosting.
Very light, very sweet. Almost that metallic frosting note.
It's very flat. There's a weird sweet candy note at the end of that. Like almost cherry candy.
Yeah.
What happened?
So, this is...
Well, it's at 40%.
This is...
Oh, they moved it into wine barrels.
This is a sweet whiskey through and through. You're just going to get a lot of different sweet notes. What's interesting, though, is the fact that I am getting... It's not just a simple one-note thing. There are multiple things going on.
Several things, but they're very kind of simple. It's finished in French oak Napa Valley wine casks.
Okay.
So... In the nose, I'm still not finding the wine cask.
They just said California casks, so I wonder if they didn't even want to limit themselves to one type of wine. They just wanted to see what kind of wine they could get, blend it together. Then it says stuff back here. What is this? Finished in blah, 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 a mash bill of rye corn and blah, 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 blah.
You get the wine in the taste, and it's dominant. That candied kind of fruity note in the flavor is the most dominant flavor in the palate.
Says the result is a unique modern expression on a traditional American blend. So it is, look, I will say this. I'm getting more of a, not super budget, but more of an entry-level Irish whiskey vibe off of this
Finished
thing.
in wine casks.
Yeah, so if we're an American whiskey, it's like, oh, this is just fairly unique. It's also kind of a little bit too sweet dominant for me. But that vanilla icing in there, there's like this slight thin oaky note.
Yeah.
Very slight thin oaky note. And okay, yeah. It's not going to change your life. The proof is going to be low. But if you really like sweet, easy things that If you want to be in American whiskey territory, but imagine you're an Irish whiskey, that could be a thing.
All right, we're going to follow up with the second one. You can set that down.
Okay, let me set that down. There's a second one coming up here. Blending experiments, anyone? This is from Hobble's Mr. Cat. Excluding infinity bottles, have any of the tribe experimented with blending different whiskeys from your collection just to see what happens?
So,
for example, he said 2 parts Monkey Shoulder, 1 part Ardbeg, or 1 part Balcones Baby Blue with 1 part Rittenhouse Rye.
ooh, yeah.
Any blends that turned out better, worse, different than you expected? Or is there any blends that you want to try if you could?
So if we wanted to create a section where everybody just submitted blend recipes and named them,
Right.
where would be a good place for that?
I don't know. I gotta think about it. You just sprung this on me.
Yeah, but think about that as like a Rolling Stone review. Like over time, you'll look at other people's reviews and you'll start to learn, like when this anonymous person
Right.
creates blends,
So,
I always love them.
I've been toying with an idea similar to that for the other channel,
Right.
as a way to not only expand out blending content, potentially cocktail content, and also naming it after the people that come up with an interesting blend.
Right.
But also having an archive on the website where you can go and look at things and have people vote on whether or not they tried it,
Right.
obviously, and then liked it. Yeah, I want to do that. It's just there's a list of, dozens and dozens of things that we're trying to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's what I would say is, until we figure out a really great place to centralize all of that,
Right.
start making blends, and so that when it's ready,
Sure.
you've already got some blends locked and loaded and ready to go.
So one more visit on the goat.
It's go.
Once you acclimate to the sweetness, there's this funk in there. There's this, I don't want to say earthy funk, it's like a woody funk.
Well, it's probably the French oak.
The French oak, you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, this is
There's a letter.
You ready?
Okay.
It's letter time.
Daniel and Mooch, we have sent you this wonderful pack of socks. I mean, a bottle of Redneck Riviera. Because there's a socks. He sent 2 socks. He didn't send any whiskey. This was promoted and released by John Rich from Big and Rich. They were in town performing a concert and stopped by our local spirit store and signed a few bottles. We picked up a couple for ourselves and figured it would be a nice addition to the vault. Personally, we have found that the whiskey becomes sweeter the emptier the bottle gets. Interesting, because usually you acclimate to the sweetness. You usually acclimate to the sweetness, okay? It also takes on a new level after being chilled. That's okay.
Yeah.
Also, so he doesn't acclimate to the sweetness, and he's saying
It gets better with chilling.
That is okay. We live in Tennessee, where whiskey country is just a few miles from the Jack Daniel's distillery. We love all the channels you guys have. All 2. Keep up the great work, and we hope you enjoy. Justin Ferguson and Shane Wallace. Thank you, sir. All right, what do we got here?
Now, this is, and he did. John Rich signed the bottle.
We should probably yell at them.
Yeah.
Justin Ferguson and Shane Wallace, you magnificent bastards.
So this is signed by John Rich of evidently Big and Rich is a country band.
Oh, dude. Wow, the vanilla.
Now he sourced
The
Indiana, Kentucky, California, and Oregon.
butterscotch vanilla
Yeah.
launching out of the glass.
It really is butterscotch, and it says it on the front.
Oh, does it?
It says smooth vanilla.
Okay.
Yeah.
Smooth, a subtle oak finish, they say. Okay. And then
Now, what he was saying when I read his interviews with him, it was a little bit funny because, one, he was saying what he normally drinks is Crown Royal.
Okay.
And so he was looking for an American whiskey to replicate the experience of Crown Royal.
So-
and then he says this in the interview, I realized no one in America was creating blended whiskey. It was an empty category. And it's like, well, it's just not actually. Okay, sure. He said, so as an entrepreneur, you always look for the hole in the category.
Okay.
And then you fill the hole in the category. Now, I will say that it does, if you told me this was a Canadian whiskey,
oh, no.
I would buy it. I would say, yeah, it smells like Canadian whiskey.
If they were aiming for Canadian whiskey, I think they nailed it.
Like right down center of home plate.
And
just.
what's surprising to me is at 40%, because look, this is an 80 proof whiskey. At 40%, the amount of just the buttery vanilla, it's like a butterscotch just launching out of this glass here.
Now, they worked with East Side Distilling up in Oregon to create this blend, and it's got whiskey from all over the U.S.
Okay.
And dude, it even tastes like Canadian whiskey.
Wow.
Son of a bitch! Like
You made Canadian whiskey, fellas.
like
You nailed it.
nailed it. Yeah.
So again, the saturation and the vibrance of the flavors you're getting off of this, whether or not you like Canadian whiskey flavors, put that aside.
Yeah.
But the intensity of those flavors, damn respectable for as low of a proof as this is.
And is really young. So it's 95% 2-year-old light whiskey.
Light whiskey.
And then 5% American whiskey that's 1-year-old.
Okay. So I've had 13-year-old light whiskey.
Yeah.
These are familiar flavors. You get the really sweet, rich, vanilla, creamy type of notes there.
And he got those.
But he did this in just a couple of years.
Yeah.
This feels like it's more present and rich with those vanilla, sweet, desserty flavors than the 13-year-old thing I had.
It doesn't even taste as young as you would think.
It doesn't. No. Look, if you're going for...
You know, I was really wanting to just be like, nah, Redneck Riviera. But... like if
it's desserty, it's sweet.
There is no question he got exactly what he was aiming for.
Right.
And if that's your home turf, you're gonna love this whiskey.
Nailed it for what he was going for. Nailed
it.
Whether or not you like that Canadian vibe, you know, that's what they were aiming for, and they just rocked it. Okay. Let's see here. Coincidence? I think not. It's just the aliens.
I like that you got to the point where your sunglasses can hold back your hair again.
Yeah, that's nice.
Like a sunglass barrette.
So this is kind of a douchey look, but I do use my sunglasses as a barrette.
Yeah.
Yeah. I rarely even use the sunglasses as sunglasses.
And I like the fact that we both knew what a barrette was.
No, it's
we have a little girl.
It's a full-on barrette. That's what I'm doing. But I just get less looks than the real barrettes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, you know, between the two, I actually prefer the Redneck Riviera.
I'm saying. I mean, it's gonna toss you around the sweetness, but if that's your home turf, you'll really like it.
Yeah, with Coke, it'd be astounding. Yeah. Like that vanilla Coke.
I'd be curious to see what it's like when it's frozen, because he was saying, yeah. All right.
Let's go find out.
No. Here's to fighting, stealing, and drinking.
If you fight me, you fight for a friend.
If you steal me, you steal a liver, sir.
And if you drink, may you drink with us.
Hey, thanks for hanging out with us in the Whiskey Vault. Don't forget to throw in a like, hit that subscribe button on the bottom right, and drop a question or comment down below.